What is going on, everybody? My name is Clutch Sometimes, bringing you week 1 of BBL. It's back. I didn't do a draft analysis because I literally hate doing those. So, very, very quickly, we're going to go over the team that I possess. We'll talk about matchup, and then we'll go hop right into the battle. So, a couple changes to BBL this season. We are no longer doing Wi-Fi/Showdown. It's now Elite and Minors. And being that our last two performances have been pretty decent, I would say, we're gonna end up in the Elite part of the BBL, which is pretty cool. That's pretty neat. So everything's on Showdown now, which is unfortunate, but I do intend to still bring you guys content for BBL, as it's one of my favorite leagues to play in. I love using the I love using Ubers. It's so much fun. We ended up with pick 2 in the season's draft. Pick 1 was Arceus Dark. We changed the points values back down, so there's no super broken stuff anymore. No Promogroudons this season. So that's really, really nice. No Promogroudons is so always nice to see. But we did end up picking pick 2 Zekrom, which I'm really, really excited about. P2 Zekrom now gets Dragon Dance this gen. So it got bumped a ton of points. Dragon Electric's a great typing, super bulky, etc. We picked Celesteal, pick 2. Goat Steel type. I really wanted Genesect, but Cameron sniped me, so it was really sad. Ended up picking Ashker Ninja as our second Uber. Necrozma comes back to us. Nihilego, Swampert, Fulo Tears, Wigglytuff, the Goat. This team has a shitload of Stealth Rockers. Great hazard options all over the place. Really trying to support Zekrom by breaking down a lot of its potential counters. Great ground switch-ins and Celesteela, plus Gliscor, plus Tangela for the team. A team that has Zekrom and Nihilego. So I can say a lot more about this team, but I'm really excited to use it. I don't have the biggest problem with this team is I don't really have a true ice resist. My ice resist is Ashgun. So when we play Kieran Black, it's gonna be a little little daunting. I'm not gonna lie, to play Kieran Black, but regardless, week 1 playing Zer0 and his Ohio Torracats. Ohio Torracats, I think that's what it is. Yeah, it's like the Ohio Wildcats, but Torracats. Okay. He ended up picking the Zamazenta Crown for Mega Latios, Landorus, T, Victini, Silvally, the Pheromosa, Primarina, and then 4 Pokemon at the bottom I don't really think matter that much: the Raboots, the Emolga, the Cacturne, the Alolan Vulpix. So to me, it felt like I was only playing for 6-7 months on this team. The Zamazenta, the Mega Latios, the Landorus, Victini, Silvally, Pheromosa, and Primarina. Those are the ones I was most worried about. On the last 4, I kind of didn't care too much. I felt like I checked them pretty effectively with just my team in just existing. Because, Raboot's okay, I guess. I feel like you might get decent work out of it, but Emolga, Cacturne, Vulpix, really tough to bring, I feel, in an Uber's format. So stuff like checking Mega Latios is really, really tough for me, because the pressure on Celesteela is already pretty high between Pheromosa, Landorus, etc. So that's what I need to watch out for. So we're kind of knowledgeable of that. Victini is a problem because I really don't think I can bring Pert. It just doesn't fit. Pert would be nice to bring, but it's hard. It's really, really tough to fit, I think. Because Pert would be really good checking, Landorus, physical Victinis, Zamazenta to an extent, but it will take a lot of chip and will die eventually pretty quickly. Pheromosa is a huge problem to me. Fighting plus bug plus ice is super, super good against me because you bash through cells, especially from something as powerful as Pheromosa, because you really, really chuck down Celesteal with high jump kick or focus blast even. So that's really something I have to watch out for, especially if it gets a speed boost and it outspeeds my entire team. Really, really tough one to deal with for me. Primarina is really tough to deal with because, again, my water resists are good, I think. I have Tangela plus Zekrom, which are really normally good water resist. When you're playing Primarina, you end up with Water Fairy, and Moonblast begins to hit super, super hard. So it's not really going to work. So that's really tough to watch out. I can see Scarf being the problem. Specs is impossible to switch into. Sub could be really good as well. But we just have to make sure we can deal with it consistently, and then we'll be okay. I think. So always a good defogger. Not really a good defogger. It's an okay defogger against my hazards. So it's something to keep track of at least. But on our side, Zer0 looks insane once we brought down Lander's T and Zamazenta a little bit. Prim dies for most of the everything else pretty much drops to it. Something like that is really, really nice. The Nihilego, he has 1 rock resist in the entire team. So once I chipped on the Zamazenta, my Nihilego goes in on the team. Ashgren is also really, really nice. Stabs plus Gunk Shot, as you can see, is unresisted by the team, so it's great stuff there. But yeah, let's start looking at my specific build. As you could see, talked about Zer0 being really, really strong. So DD, Stabs, Fusion Bolt, Declaw, Roost. I'm a little bit bulky, so I can help take on Victini just a bit, because as you can see, this is kind of my fire resist on the team. So Roost plus this little bit of bulk on the HP bar is going to help us take on Choice Band Victini V-Crates. It does 49 on a max roll, which means then I can Roost off the following turn. So very, very useful, and then I can Roost off and potentially get myself out of range. Stall his V-Crates a little bit. Maybe you won't be able to touch Celesteela after that. All that, so... Declaw does good damage to stuff like the Latios as well. So again, once I chip down Lander's T with just maybe repeated Dragon Claw chip, Leech Seed from Selly, Toxic from Gliscor, it's gonna take damage because it's just what Landorus does. So chip it down a little bit, then I can DD up maybe twice, win the game on it. Yeah. That's Zer0. Moving on to our first non-Uber. We have a Celesteela here. I love Celesteela so much. So we are just a bulky kind of mixed spread Celesteela. I have a little bit of speed trying to creep a 0 speed from Marina if he wants to try and creep my Selly. I have a ton of Spidef, which is kind of a dump stat. I have 52 here, I believe, was for 3 KOing Zamazenta with Earthquake. I have a little bit of defense for Zamazenta Wild Charge, so I always take 2 of those with Rocks Up Guarantee with leftovers. And then I have a ton. My Spidef is pretty much a dump stat to help take on stuff like the Latios, the Primarina, all that. So, Leech Seed, Heavy Slime Earthquake is unresisted by the team, really. It's really tough for him to deal with. Plus Leech Seed, for recovery and protect, and I can always scout out stuff like Choice Landers, Choice Victini, Primarina. I definitely expect some choice users against me, so it's really great for scouting those out effectively, I think. So, it's just a Celesteela. That's about what we get out of it. So, next Pokemon team, second Uber. Ashgren, 4 attacks, Expert Belt. Really just needed the Night Slash damage from Latios. We are mixed with Hydro, Shuriken, Gunk, and Night Slash. Night Slash is really there for Gall my Latios because I do think it's a huge threat today. So taking on stuff like Latios with Night Slash Gren, because this will guarantee to KO it. That's huge. Even in a regular form, in Ash form, do 90 to it because Ashgren's strong. Shuriken's great for stuff like the Mosa. Hydro against this team is really, really nice. I guess it doesn't really hit Cacturne, I guess, but Gunk Shot is great for Prim. Once I get it doesn't take Dark Night Slash into Gunk Shot very well at all. So yeah, Gren is a potential win condition in this game. Takes on this team very, very aggressively and comfortably. It's very comfortable taking the load offensively. So that's gonna be Ashgren, and that's probably one of our primary threats in this game for sure. So next one on the team, we have a Tangaberry Super Spidef Necro. This essentially is there to take on Latios. Takes pressure off of Celesteela to take on Latios, and we can take it on with Necro. Tangaberry can help us take a hit from Mosa, and we can essentially end up taking the hit from Mosa and firing off into Psychic. I really just have Psychic there for the PP. I don't really value the damage of Photon. It's not that much bigger in this game. And on a bulkier set, I'm going to still run Psychic because it hits just a little bit harder and stuff like. It's just the PP is really valuable in this kind of game. So Toxic plus Psychic is really good, plus Earth Power. Toxic plus Earth Power is really free against this team. So essentially going to be there trying to spread status, click Toxic, recover up. Function as the check this on Mazenta, as it can't really boost. I think that Rest Talk Workup could be a set against me, but then I can check. I can deal with Rest Talk Workup, I think. It's uncomfortable, but I think I have the tools to deal with it. And one of those tools is this Gliscor. We're just a very simple Stealth Rock, Toxic, Earthquake, Protect. Roost is lame, so we're gonna run Protect instead. I have a little bit of speed def for, I think it's Latios or the Mosa. I want to say this is for Latios. I have enough speed for the Primarina, so I always have speed. I can always click Earthquake on it if it's low enough. Stealth Rock is great. Earthquake is good stab. Again, Earthquake plus Toxic is just so nice against this team. So it's a nice something against a lot of teams, but like, you know, it's a very spammable combination. So this is the Gliscor. This Protect could easily be like Substitute or something like. No, I suppose the Gliscor doing work. And then last one on the team, Choice Scarf 9 Lego. Foul Play is there for the Latios, so you essentially get big damage off on that. Hidden Power Fire is our best way of hitting the Zamazenta. Sludge Wave and Power Gem are just general stab options. Rock is insane stab. If I chip down the Zamazenta, it's essentially just going to be a wrap. I'm not going to lie. So, I'm way too lazy to edit this today, and I want this up today. So, we're going to move. Oh, shoot. Fuck. You didn't see that. Okay, team preview. All right. So we have team preview here. As you can see, he brought a couple of the mons that we weren't really expecting. But he did bring, the Landorus, the Victini, and the Zamazenta, and the Pheromosa. 4 of his biggest threats. I thought if he brought Megaladios or like maybe in that spot and like Prim in this spot, that would have been just like threats all around. It would have been really, really terrifying to play, and I would have hated it. But Emolga and Cacturn make this game a little bit easier for me. Yeah, so that's really useful. So something like, again, so like looking at my Naya Lego, Power Gem, sweeps the entire team. Once I chip down this, Gliscor is really, really nice. Just Earthquake Toxic is really good against the team. My Gren looks insane. He has 1 water resist and it's Cacturn. So Gunk Shot is just the same story on Cacturn as well. So Selly is really tough to kill outside of the Victini. And my Zekrom is just really, really potent when gone. So I feel like on preview, my matchup is really, really strong. So at this point, I believe I'm going to lead off his Elite. I lead off on Metacrozma. It just puts me in a positive position against everything on this team, right? Because Landers is not OHKOing me. Emolga is not doing anything to me. Victini's not OHKOing me. Mosa isn't OHKOing me, and I can OHKO it back. And Zamazenta is really free, like Earth Powered. I can chip it down. So the only thing that would put me in the back on was like Cacturn and LOL Cacturn. So like essentially he's gonna nuzzle me turn 1 here, and I'm just gonna go for Toxic. I'm expecting him to want to switch out maybe to his Landorus, his Victini, all potential options there. So and honestly, nuzzle on my Necro doesn't really matter to me. As it that didn't need the speed for anything, so that he brought. So now I'm pretty free to like, sit here, throw off attacks. I went for the Earth Power, expecting him to want to go into the Zamazenta. Felt like it was a pretty reasonable click. He went to Landers, whatever. But I wouldn't have taken the damage for the knockoff. So knocks on my Tango Berry, which is a little unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. Necro could, if I'm at a high enough range of health, the Necro still takes on Mosa really comfortably, which is surprising. But Necro's just kind of broken. So we Moonlight up here, pre-recovery, and now I'm just gonna throw off a Psychic, as knockoff is just not doing any damage to my Necrozma. So Psychic's gonna knock out the Emolga. That's gonna be our first KO of season 4. So Emolga goes down, and he's gonna go hard out into his Pheromosa. So like I go on the calcs to go, I can take I take any hit from this. I take a U-turn from max attack life. I take anything from like a life or Pheromosa from this range. I'm like, okay. So if he goes for like Bug Buzz trying to knock me out, or if he tries to go for Ice, I'm trying to call my Gliscor, then this is a free kill. So I still need to go for Psychic. He goes for U-turn. As you can see, he doesn't do just anything to me. Is he supposed to switch into his Cacturn, which is, good to play, I guess. At this point, I'm going to pull the switch into my Gliscor, knowing that Cacturn really doesn't do too much to my Gliscor. Gliscor's just kind of busted in that sense. So that's our Gliscor. At this point, he goes for the SD. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm on the I kept pulling up games like, what does Cacturn? During he was like, what does Cacturn even do? And he pulls his C's. I'm like, okay. So what coverage do you get for my team? Just like he needs 3 attacks. I know that much, and I know that he can't be like mixed with HP Ice because he needs Seed Bomb. For like stuff like Grunt, he needs Sucker Punch, and he needs Thunder Punch for Celesteela. So I'm like, okay, so I can Toxic here, knowing that I'm faster. Toxic off on the Cacturne. Seed Bomb's going to do about 60. At this point, I can just Protect, knowing that I can get myself out of range for another hit, and then I can pivot into my Celesteela, Protect, stall this down a little bit. It's a really, really free just Celesteela here. Goes for Seed Bomb, doesn't do too much. At this point, I believe I just I Protect again here as he goes to switch out into his Landers. So I'm like, okay, that's a fine play. At this point, now I know this is for free Leech Seed because he doesn't have any really good switches to this. So free Leech Seed onto this Landers. Landers can't do much to me this gen. Z moves. Leech Seed up here. He's going to just like pull that. I believe I go for the second Leech Seed. Really, really free double Leech Seed here. Protect is a fine play, but he can't do anything because I assume this is a Choice Scarf Landorus. So I Leech Seed again on the Victini. I can Protect here. Scout really, if Victini wants to like do something wild here, I know what it is. But he opts to go for the V Create, which is fine. So that's going to be no big deal. That's going to be no big deal for me, honestly. He goes for the V Create. I get a little bit more recovery here. I can just pull the switch out into my Zekrom now. Really scout this damage on the Victini. As he goes for V Create, does just about 30%. It's really not, for me that kind of reads Scarf. Because I don't really think that he would bring, because Banded would have done about 50. Would have been less than half guaranteed. I can always roost off after, but. So at this point, I'm just going to go for a Dragon Claw, expecting him to want to go either hard into his Landorus or into somewhere else. Maybe his Zamazenta would have worked, but I just go for a D-Claw, knowing that I can knock out this Victini from this range at -1, and if he goes for Landorus, I get guaranteed damage. So he goes out to his Cacturne, and it's going to end up dying the following turn to another Dragon Claw. So Zekrom picks up his first kill this season, just great. And he goes out to his Landorus now, so I'm like, okay. I could stay in, I have the Shucka Berry, I could go for a Dragon Dance. Maybe try and boost up past Landorus here, but it's really not worth it. I have two relatively healthy ground immunities still around, so I can pull that switch in pretty comfortably. As I go into my Celesteela here, knowing that Celly's probably a little bit better than Gliscor, knowing that Gliscor can bring in stuff like Mosa, all that. Victini's a little more comfortable for me to switch into. So pull a switch into my Celly, as he's going to pull a switch out into his Victini. I can just Protect here. As he pulls the double out into his Landorus, expecting my Zekrom, but Protect's going to cover that play pretty comfortably. Now I can get a free Leech Seed off. If he wants to go into somewhere else, he doesn't get it. So Victini comes up, and he pulls the double, I believe, this turn as well. No, he stays and goes for another V-Create. As you can see, he's running out of V-Creates. That was his third usage. So he's used 3 of his 5 V-Creates. And I pull the switch into my Zekrom as he pulls the switch out into his Zamazenta. So that's a very nice double for my opponent. I don't really want to stay in on this. I don't want to take unnecessary damage from my Zekrom. I'm not sure what exactly it's going to do. I have a relatively healthy Gliscor around as well. So, he's going to go for the Play Rough here onto my Gliscor spot. And at this point, I'm thinking I'm pretty comfortable. I'm not sure exactly what Zamazenta has to hit Gliscor. I assume that Gliscor just walled it hard because Behemoth Bash is like 40. So I just go for an Earthquake here. Or do I go for Rocks? I just go for Rocks here. Because I want damage on stuff like the... I want damage off on Victini, for Mosa and Lando all game. I was going to go for Rocks here, but he's going to show the Ice Fang, which is really annoying, to be completely honest. So I didn't know this thing got Ice Fang. That's kind of a fuck moment, but so we're going to end up dropping there, which is really annoying, but I pull the switch out of my Celly, knowing that I can take 2 Wild Charges from a Max Attack set. Max Attack Jolly set. You do have to be Jolly to outspeed my Gren, I think, so... This for Wild Charge does 49. I get free Leech Seed. And I can just Protect this turn now. As he pulls the switch out into this Victini, very nice play. Protect is safe. I go for another Protect as he goes for a V-Create. As he drops down to 4. Now I'm going to pull a really aggressive switch here. I pull a switch into my Gren, right? This is an Ash Gren. If you look at his water resist, they don't exist. And his Zamazenta is at 73 or so. I take a V-Create. So... I right now have a free Hydro. This is a Expert Belt Gren, and look at this. So Shuriken kills from this range. Shuriken, I believe, kills from that range in Ash. Shuriken 100% kills Mosa in Ash. So literally, if I can kill the Zamazenta, then my Gren is just set up to win. So Hydro here, if he goes out to Zamazenta, I can 2 KO, or I can get the KO next turn with later on with another Hydro. So this is a free Hydro for me. And he dodges. And he stays in with Victini. He stays in with Victini, and he's going to knock me out with V-Crate the following turn. So, my best win con in this game, one of my best win cons in this game, it's been thrown out the window. Due mainly just to the fact that because Hydra is a terrible move. I have Surf, then I don't quite pick up the KO ones on Mazenta, and Gren's weak as hell. Because mainly the fact that Gren is just so weak. So, I have to figure out now how to win this game without Gren, because I don't have Shuriken for Pheromosa. Because Shuriken was one of my best stats for Pheromosa, so it's like very, really uncomfortable for me. So I bring up my Zekrom, which is my best play. And I believe I just go for the Dragon Dance here. Knowing that I can take on Victini comfortably from any range of health. Go for the Dragon Dance here. And he's going to send out his Zamazenta. I'm going to go for the Bull Strike, knowing I can 2 a KO from that range. Again, I wouldn't have been if he would have had Ash, had been forced to go out to this, would have had a little more comfortable play around it. But I digress. Pokemon is trash. We all know it. Just want to play on hard mode today, apparently. So we pull out here. He goes for Play Rob, does a little over half, and I go for another Fusion Bolt as he pulls to switch into his Landorus. And here's where I misplay again. I actually don't really think I misplayed here. This play is one of my bigger misplays in the game. So I know I have the Shuckle Berry, and I do know that I'm faster. I actually don't know that I'm faster. That's probably... Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So I stand by this play. Because I don't know that I'm faster. And if you Scarf, whatever. I go for a Dragon Claw. So knowing that with the knowledge that I might be faster, then Roost would have been the better play. But I definitely don't know that I'm faster, being that Landorus is like, I expected him to have his Landorus EVs, to be faster. So I stand by sacking my Zekrom here, expecting him to want to go for U-turn. But he just ends up going for the knockoff. I stand by it and I don't stand by it at the same time. I think if I with the knowledge that I'm faster, then Roost is 100% my play, because I Roost off, I go for another Dragon Dance, and I win the game, essentially. So, I go for a Dragon Dance or 2, and I win the game. Game's over 4-0. However, I don't go for the Roost, which would have been the best play in that given situation. In the given situation that we have now. And he's going to knock out my Zekrom here for nothing, except for a little bit of health on Landers. But this gives me damage enough for Nihilego. So if I was a speed boost Nihilego, I might have won the game at this point. But I'm Scarf, which means I have to lock. So this game gets just gets harder and harder every single turn. I mess up here. So I go to my Selly, and I'm trying to essentially just expect him to want to go out somewhere else. He knocks off my Selly because he's the choice. I Earthquake expecting his Victini. Knocks me again. I go for Leech Seed. I Earthquake again. I believe I Earthquake again here, expecting him again to want to go out to his Victini. Or I double Leech, expecting Victini to want to come out. Forced to Protect now. Again, I was really worried about that Protect. I was expecting the Victini to want to come out. But so essentially he's going to stack off the Landorus here. I guess I could have saved a lot of health on my Celesteela had I not tried to play aggressively and call his Zamazenta or his Victini. But I get my Spadef boost, and he goes out into his Pheromosa. And he goes for so I'm just going to Protect here, kind of scout him out a little bit, maybe force him to reconsider his stuff here. He goes for Ice Beam. From Celesteela is going to die to Ice Beam. It might not die to a Bug Buzz or a U-turn, but so I'm gonna play I'm gonna make a really risky play, because at this point, if Mosa gets a speed boost, I lose guaranteed, because I don't have Shuriken to pick it off. So I'm gonna make kind of a play that could either keep me in the game or lose me the game, depending on how the turn goes. So I'm gonna pull the switch hard into my Nihilego, and here's my thought process on the turn. I thinking if he gets a kill this turn, I lose. So I'm going to pull the switch hard to my Nihilego, expecting him to Ice Beam again. If he kicks, okay, I lose. Kick is a free play, I think. Or any fighting move, I think is a fair play. I don't live Kick. Nihilego does not live Kick, even at full. But I'm going to pull the switch, expecting another Ice Beam, because it's free. And I get the play right. And Hilgo's going to pop in. He goes for Ice Beam and get to play right. Ice Beam is 26. So again, I have to make another play here. It's kind of lesser. It's a little bit less of a play this turn, though, right? Because Victini's in now. Mosa's in. I have a Scarf and I go. HP Fire knocks out Mosa from this range, and I'm going to go for it, expecting the Zamazenta as well. If he wants to go there, because then if he gives me Zamazenta, that damage would give me mid-range Power Gem, and I can win the game with Gem. Bop, bop, bop. So I'm going to go for HP Fire. It is going to knock out Mosa, which is huge. So now it's just Victini and Zamazenta. I get my Beast Boost. And it goes out to this Victini. I'm going to sack my Selly to Zen Headbutt. Which I don't quite agree with the Zen play. I thought V-Crate was a bit better. But Zen's going to give me my Necrozma. In this point, as long as I don't get parried, I win the game. Because I can recover up, can go for the Earth Power on the Zamazenta, and take that out. And Earth Power would force the kill. So if I can not get parried for 2 turns, I guaranteed win the game with 2 Earth Powers. So Zamazenta comes in, I get my recovery off, which is huge. And then I get to go for Earth Power. Behemoth Batch at 42. Again, I would have been in range if I had not gotten the Moonlight off. So I need to not get parried twice in 3 turns, which is not, I don't think is in my favor. But so it is a little fortunate that I get both turns off. So at that point, I force the kill with Earth Power, which is huge. Brings in his Victini. He's going for V-Crate, below up my Necrozma, and then Lego's going to come in, click Power Gem, and win us the game. So a much more stressful game than I really would have wanted to have. But Lego really allowed us to pull that game back. I think I had to kill my opponent going for their Ice Beam there. It didn't win me the game. I think it didn't win me the game guaranteed. It kept me in the game for sure, I think, though. So but great game to my opponent. Really, really had fun with this one. Apologies for the lack of production quality. This will hopefully go up next week. The production quality should go up next week. So until then, I will see you guys later.